Ladies, gentlemen, and everybody else, I'm Owen from the New Ravies, and this is the best of 2020. We've got a great show for you tonight, folks, but before we get started, if you haven't listened to our newest single, City's Coming Down, you can listen to it here. Thank you all so much for joining us here tonight. Before we get started, can we get a big round of applause for our guests, everybody? And how about a great round of applause for our stage? Okay, so to level with you, I was going to make this a lot more casual. This was supposed to be just like we were going to get some cool musicians in. We were just going to have them tell us their favorite single and their favorite album of 2020. And then it'll be all very casual. And yeah, here we are. One soundtrack, one elaborate intro later. I'm in front of a green screen. There's a fake audience. My girlfriend is currently looking at me like I've lost my mind. And it's been so long since I've seen people. Like I genuinely may have.
Owen, for God's sake, why did you write a script if you weren't going to follow it? Instead, I have to come in again and read out the bits you left out. You fucking idiot. Okay, so we've asked some brilliant musicians from all across Ireland to share with us their favorite albums and singles of 2020. They don't have to come out in 2020, just something that influenced them. Back to you. Are you fucking dumbass?
Let's move along pretty swiftly. So, first up tonight, we have the brilliant Sarah Ryan to share with us her favourite album of 2020.
Hello, my name is Sarah Ryan, and my favourite album of 2020 would have to be Old Flowers by Courtney Marie Andrews. It's full of heart, it's full of passion, and it's so real. It really represents a lot of 2020 within her album as well. I just love her voice as well, and her songwriting is just amazing, I think. So yeah, that's me. All the best.
Thank you, Sarah. And as with everyone tonight, you can find all Sarah's social media links and her music in the description down below. So, next up, we've got one hell of a treat for you. We have Ballyhonus's 15th sexiest bachelor for the third year running, Dermot Byrne!
Hola, my favourite singles in The Simpsons theme.
Wow, Dermot, thank you. What a great choice. I'm a big fan of The Simpsons too. Okay, I'll play the full thing.
Hola. So, top picks of the year. Favourite albums, Adrian Lenker's songs, a lot of great acoustic indie ballads on that one. Also, Phoebe Bridgers' Punisher, another very good one. Favourite singles, I have to give it to Danny Elfman with Happy. It's a really cool track. It's hard to believe it's the guy behind The Simpsons theme. Idols, Grounds, also really like that one. That's a good post-punk riffs going on. Favourite TV show, The Boys Season 2. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, you gotta watch it. Anthony Starr just plays such a good anti-Superman. Yeah, so those are my top picks. Cheers.
Thank you, Dermot. What a nice fella, hey folks. He was only supposed to do his album and his single, and he put a TV show in as well, because he's just that generous. Love you, Dermot. So next up, to tell us her favourite single and album of 2020, is bassist and drummer extraordinaire Anita Statham.
Hello, so my favourite song of 2020 was Hysteria by Muse, and my favourite album was Is This It by The Strokes.
Thank you very much, Anita. If you don't know, actually, she plays drums for us, so like, spare a thought for her having to put up with our shit. So some of you may know this already, but pre-lockdown, pre-pandemic, we ran a very infrequent showcase here in Galway called the Sundown Showcase. And these next two acts were gracious enough to share their time with us tonight, and also unlucky enough that they had to share the stage with us at some stage. So first up, please welcome Faraway Martin.
Hi guys, I'm Faraway Martin, and the boys have asked me to choose my favourite music from last year. My favourite album would probably be Jack Garrett's Love, Death and Dancing. Absolute cracking album, great piece of work. There's a couple of unbelievable songs on it, one called Better, just not your typical pop song, and another one called Mara that are just, could listen to it all day. Some great Irish albums also, you have Emma Langford's and Niamh Regan's, so check those out. My favourite song from last year is probably the Icelandic Eurovision Song Contest entry. I don't even can't pronounce your man's name, but Think About Things, and I think it's just the whole thing, the song, the video, the whole dance, performed live, it's done really well, and it just has elements in it that aren't in your traditional pop song, but it also has a key change, so it's totally perfect for the Eurovision. So yeah, they'd be my picks. Thanks for asking me, lads, and make sure to check out their new single, The City Is Coming Down.
Thank you, Martin, and thank you for the nice little shout out at the end. If you're anything like me, that video probably made you pretty jealous, because I think I've forgotten what sunshine looks like, which you can probably tell by my complexion. Next up, in keeping with the Sundown Showcase theme, please welcome Owen Dolan.
Hi, I'm Owen Dolan. My favourite single of last year was Heartbreak by Vanessa Francis, and my favourite album was an album called Come at the Softies by Miles Manley.
Thank you, Owen. Great name, by the way. God, that joke is bad. I knew that was bad when I put it down on the paper, but God, it's bad. I'm sorry. This is kind of sad, isn't it, actually? Now that I think about it, it's quite sad to be standing here in front of a green screen and a fake audience. But I can play a laugh track. Am I right, guys? Oh, God, I think that makes it sadder. Or is it just like iCarly? No. No, it's just sad. Next up, we have our 2019 tour co-headliner stepping on Lego.
Hi, this is Connor from Stepping on Lego. My favourite album of 2020 is Some Kind of Peace by Olafor Arnalds, and my favourite single is Time by Jack Garrett. Cheers.
Thank you very much, Connor. And for those of you at home who don't know, Connor is a doctor, so it really makes you wonder why he ever agreed to go on tour with two absolute idiots like us. Maybe it was mandated. That joke is also bad, but better than the other ones. Next up, from the wild, wild lands of Tipperary, please welcome Strings and Things.
Hi, I'm Owen Shelley, percussionist and singer for Tipperary-based band Strings and Things. My favourite album would be Haven, which came out in 2019 by Wee Banjo 3. They'd be a big influence on my music and my performance technique in the gigging circuit, so I owe a lot to them.
Thank you, Owen. Great name, by the way. Oh, it was bad the first time. Why did I do it twice? Let's just move on. Folks, we have a great treat for you tonight. The legend himself. Me. Hey, me. It's you. Me. I wrote that joke like a week ago. It's still not funny. Okay, so my favourite albums of the year are going to pick two of them. So, first album I'm going to pick is It's Good That We Dream by Owen Dolan. It's a compilation album. It's such a good record. There's so many good songs in it. And the second album I'm going to pick is Horselips, Book of Invasions. I swear to God, I've listened to that album 100 times last year. And then my two singles, I'm also picking two, because, I mean, there's no rules. Just making this up. First one's going to be Goes to the Past from Hail from Russia. And then my other single is going to be Trouble's Coming from Royal Blood. I really love like the disco-y vibe to it. But yeah, those are my picks. If you like them, great. Thank you, me. Look at that face. Poor fucker. Next up, we have the brilliant Kat Turner.
Hello, I'm Kat Turner, singer, songwriter, producer extraordinaire. My favourite song of 2020 is The Birthday Party by the 1975 from my favourite album of 2020, which is Notes in a Conditional Form by the 1975. No shame, no shame. I think The Birthday Party, because it's so incredibly catchy but doesn't have a chorus, it's just one of those ones that's really great at storytelling, so it's very easy to get immersed into and get addicted to, and I did, and I do.
Thank you very much, Kat. And once again with Kat, you can find all of her links, as well as everybody's social media links and music in the description down below. Okay, so the camera both went dead and ran out of memory in like the past 2 minutes, but I didn't know that, and I recorded the end of the video not once but twice now. So I apologize to all the artists who are coming up if I seem a little bit more unenthused. But moving on, we have the brilliant Toby Kay. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, Toby here. I suppose if I had to pick my favourite song of 2020, it would have to be off Little Dragon's album, New Me, Same Us, I think. And it would be the first song called Hold On. And I really like it because it's nice, and it's got a nice beat to it, hasn't it? Yeah, that's what you really want to do, you want to move around. But also the message is nice, just, hold on, keep going, don't be too negative on yourself, and, sentiments that we need to carry through, going through this period of time anyway. So, that's my song. Let's keep it moving.
I don't know why I did that. The video was already pretty cringe, but I think I've just tipped it over the edge. Anyway, thank you very much, Toby, for sharing your time with us today. So from Ireland to Siberia, please welcome Hail from Russia! I mean, he's still in Ireland, it's just Siberia's in Russia. Look, I'm aware that none of this is very funny. Oh, God.
Hey guys, Peter from Hail from Russia here. So 2020 was a blast. Loads of live music. Not. Anyway, we had a lot of recorded music, and I did find it really hard to choose my favourite single and my favourite album. But after thinking about it for 5 minutes, I've chosen Dua Lipa as my favourite single, Don't Start Now, because it has a bloody tasty bass sound on it, and I love a tasty bass sound. So that's my single. And my album, drum roll, is Deftones Ohms. Got to put Deftones in there because it's an absolutely monster album, and they always deliver. Deftones always deliver. And that's pretty much it, guys. My single, Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now, on Deftones Ohms. So, have a good one. Cheers.
And thank you, Peter. Thank you very much. And I agree, it is a very tasty bass line. And if you haven't actually listened to Dua Lipa's NPR Tiny Desk concert, I'd really recommend you check it out. But that is well outside the scope of this video, so moving on. And last but not least, we have the brilliant, the one, the only, Rofi James. And Jamie, for the love of God, please don't say anything that I have to bleep out.
What's the crack? Shout out to the new Davis lads. Favourite album of 2020 is probably Making Sand by Pork Jack, savage Irish artist. I also had the pleasure to drum for him at lots of his gigs pre-COVID, so shout out to him. And a couple of albums that I'm listening to at the moment that I'm loving actually aren't from 2020, but one of them is Technology by Don Broco. That was released in 2017, and I literally have that on repeat now. So yeah, that's kind of they're my two picks to come to my head. And fair play in the new single, lads. It sounds great.
Thank you, Jamie. And thank you to everybody who sent in a video, and to everybody at home who's watching. So that's the end of the show, folks. That's the end of the video. But before we wrap up, I just wanted to take 2 minutes to say, first of all, thank you to everybody who sent in a video. And second of all, look, we all know 2020 was shit, and we're trying to cast a bit more of a positive light on it tonight, but there's no beating around the bush. There's no point in not addressing the fact that it was tough on a lot of musicians. And I would really encourage you to take 2 minutes of your time and go through the links in the description and just listen to some of the artists who sent in videos today. I bet you'll find something you like, and you may even find your new favorite artist, or maybe even a whole bunch of new favorites. So thank you all for watching. Have a good night. Peace.